Have you ever seen a player gather the ball, then lift a foot, and wonder if they just got away with something? It is a common moment in basketball that often sparks confusion among fans, making you question what is allowed and what is not in the flow of the game. No, moving the pivot foot before a shot is not automatically an illegal travel. The key factor is whether the ball has left the player's hands before the pivot foot returns to the floor, or if they take additional steps while holding the ball. Understanding this nuance is essential for truly appreciating the game's dynamic plays. The fundamental rule here is about control and releases. Once a player establishes a pivot foot, they can rotate on that foot, but they cannot lift it and put it down again while still holding the ball without shooting or passing. However, when taking a shot, the pivot foot can be lifted from the floor as long as the ball is released from the player's hands before that foot, or any other foot, touches the floor again. This rule allows for natural shooting motions, like a jump shot, where both feet momentarily leave the ground. To better identify this in action, watch for the sequence of events. If a player lifts their pivot foot and the ball clearly leaves their hands for a shot before that foot or the other foot lands, it is a legal play. Conversely, if they lift the pivot foot, then take another step, or put the pivot foot back down without releasing the ball, that is when a traveling violation should be called. This distinction is crucial, especially in close-up plays under the basket or during step-back jumpers. A fascinating detail to remember is the concept of a gather step, which was clarified by basketball's governing bodies. This allows a player to take a step while gaining control of the ball, effectively making it the first step of a two-step move towards the basket. This gather step often looks like an extra step, but it is legal as long as the player follows it with no more than 2 additional steps before shooting, passing, or coming to a stop with a pivot foot established. By focusing on the timing of the ball's releases relative to the pivot foot's landing, you gain a clearer insight into one of basketball's most frequently debated rules. This knowledge helps you not only appreciate the athletic skill involved in complex shots, but also understand why certain plays are called, enhancing your overall enjoyment of college basketball.